Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel 90% Native. My name is Michelle and I grow native plants and I garden for the wildlife. I have been taking a break recently to get a lot of fall projects done, and a lot of them are underway. I kind of work through my projects as I want, so I'll put one down, move to the next one, and then I keep doing that process. So it usually takes a little while for one of my projects to come to completion. So anyway, today I want to show you back here. This is something that I told you last year that I wanted to revamp, and this is, let's see, this right here is my corner pollinator garden. I think it was probably my first pollinator sun garden back here, and it's really one of the few areas that I have sun in my yard, so I really wanted to focus on those perennials and host plants and things like that that were going to bring the pollinators. Now that I have expanded my island garden, which I will show you, that's the other project I want to show you. Since I've expanded that, I'm moving more of the perennials there, and I want to try and make this a little more formal around the house. So using bushes and native bushes and shrubs and things like that. So I'll give you a little tour of just the area. So this is where my bins are. I have a project I want to work on for that. I kind of want to build like a little house around it and have a living roof on top with maybe eastern prickly pear, but we'll see. So here is a combination of wild petunia and a golden Alexander. So this is the wild petunia that's gone to seed, and here are those golden Alexanders. The golden Alexanders are just such a great ground cover, especially if you want something a little higher. And then the wild petunias here will self-seed everywhere, and it's also intermixed with nodding onion. Here are the seeds from that. I've already collected a bunch of seeds. I usually try and sow a flat or two of nodding onion every season. So coming around here, this is where my spigot is. This was my Christmas tree, if you guys remember. It's Eastern red cedar, and oh my goodness, I forget the specific type. I'll look that up. But then you can see here I have golden Alexanders as a ground cover around the Eastern red cedar, and I'm really liking the way that looks. Now here's the area that I really wanted to focus on today, and like I said, this is the corner pollinator garden, and usually I leave plants up for the wildlife, but instead this year, because this is going through a redesign, I have been digging up the plants and moving them. So I don't know if you all remember, but this all was Monarda didyma. This is a button bush that's staying. Then back here and around was wing stem and Joe Pye weed. And you'll see right here, I've already potted up a wing stem I want to keep. And the goal is next year, kind of a trial, is I'm going to kind of cut the bottom of this off and plant it, and then so I really want to try and get the seed heads cut off before it seeds everywhere. And I have a brush pile where I put some of the things that I cut back so that the birds can find those seeds and eat them. And I'm going to do that with the Monarda didyma and the wing stem. So here's the wing stem. That's kind of where I'm thinking of putting it. The Joe Pye weed that I pulled out, I'll show you. This is the Joe Pye weed I dug out. I've never done this before, but I dug it out, and I washed all the roots off, and I am going to plant these over in a sunnier section of my native hedgerow. So I'm hoping that these kind of take over in the sunny section. So I'll let you know if these live, but this is the same exact thing that I did with the wing stem, but those have already been replanted. Okay, so this area has been cleared out. You'll see over here that hosta just was inherited, but this was where all the Monarda didyma is. This is a type of Rudbeckia that I got a cutting from my friend, and I actually thought it was a salvia, and it's not. But anyway, just waiting for all those blooms to die back so that I can take that out. I have an ironweed here, which I will move to the native plant hedgerow, and I'm going to want to save these seeds here so that I can add more. I really, really love that shocking color of New York ironweed. And so yeah, just waiting for these to kind of wrap it up for the season. There was some New England aster right here and right here. I'm going to move over along the fence line, and then here's some sallow sedge, and I didn't exactly place it how I wanted it, so some of that may come out. One of them may stay to become a big huge mound because I want this area to be more shrubby. So with that being said, the plan here is to, you know, keep this edging. Right here I'll maintain some perennials like the fire pink that I love, and there's also some great blue lobelia that self-seeds itself in here. The Bowman's root, I have another place I'm going to move this to, but I'm just going to keep it really, really simple. The Baptisia will stay. There's 3 of those in there. This tall larkspur will probably move to the native plant hedgerow, as will the sneezeweed. Again, I'm just waiting until these are done and not servicing the pollinators before I do anything with them. So once those things are out, you'll see it'll be a lot clearer. Then we'll have Baptisia there. Then we'll have in this corner a little section of perennials, and then behind it I want Itea, Virginica, Little Henry. And let me show you some cuttings that I took last fall that will be planted in there this fall. So these are the cuttings that I took last year of the Itea. They're doing really, really great right now. I probably have too many for that area. I'll probably just use 3 and put the 4th and 5th somewhere else. I also have a Henry's garnet cutting I took from a friend that I have to find a home for. Anyway, those are the Itea that I have that I want to colonize kind of the main area right in here. And then I did pot up some Monarda didyma, and I'm going to put the Monarda didyma in 3 pots, probably right around here behind the Itea, and plant the pots just like with the wing stem. With the Monarda didyma, I want to plant the pots to reduce the spread because I'm going to want this area in the future to look a little more formal. So the button bush will be the centerpiece, and then over here you'll see I already have my shrubby St. John's wort. I have 3 of them. 1, 2, and 3. I have a Carolina allspice. So what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to let the golden Alexanders colonize back there as a ground cover. I may or may not keep the dwarf cinquefoil. It's very aggressive, a little hard to manage, but it is a good ground cover and has pretty yellow flowers. Now this is the area that is a total hot mess right now, and I kind of just let it go because I knew this area was going to be redone. So this is all short-tooth mountain mint, which provides just crazy pollinator activity. And then behind that are a ton of turtle heads. I have in here white turtle heads and pink turtle heads. I don't know how I got the pink. And then I have a lot of this jump seed that's not native, that's self-seeded here. I got to get this out. I'm probably going to be fighting it for a couple years. So this area needs to be contained a little bit. How I'm going to do that might be manually keeping the mountain mint in check. Also making sure I get these turtle heads Chelsea chopped, because I didn't do that this year, and as you can see, big hot mess. Which would be fine if I was doing more of a meadow, but that's not what I'm doing here, and that's not the look that I'm going for anymore. So yeah, and then the blue flag iris right here, which I love and performs structure and a little more formality. So that's what's going on here in the corner native plant pollinator garden, switching over to a little more of a formal design, a little more clean design, because you all know how I love to try and make native plantings look as formal as possible. Like now, the other big project that I have been working on is my island garden, which is all right here. And if you guys have followed me, you know that the pollinator garden originally went from here to here. And that's a red bud that I inherited that I love. I've limbed that up, if you notice. And then I am also rearranging things and adding things. So the island garden here has blue flag iris, and then there are other perennials that I cut back because I'm moving things around and I'm trying to place things more appropriately. But I have green and gold. And then I like this little experiment. This whole patch of ground cover, that is the narrow leaf mountain mint. And because I was making all these changes, I decided that I was going to go ahead and cut it back after it bloomed and after the pollinators were finished with the blooms. And when I did, because it blooms midsummer, I got this really, really nice ground cover. So next year, that's definitely happening with the narrow leaf mountain mint, and I'm also going to try it with the Virginia mountain mint. So then we have Liatris spicata, and in this planter is coral honeysuckle, the native. We have Bowman's root. I moved some of that around because it was coming back to here, and I want to put some more low growing perennials up front. I'm thinking that I might have to do some maybe nativars or something to get the smaller effect around the fronts of my borders, but we'll see. So this whole area was the Virginia mountain mint, and there were baptisia in here that I have moved around. Now I don't think this is a baptisia. Well, I thought I moved all the baptisia. I don't think that is one, but anyway, so this is going to be an area for some lower perennials. I still have the Virginia mountain mint there, but like this strip here. Culver's root is back there. I've been moving out all the ceos, which it looks like I forgot one here. I didn't get to the middle yet. And moving those. And then this is the native aster that I have that pops up all over my yard, which I absolutely love. The profusion of blooms of this aster has gone back a little bit because this one was the first one to start blooming. There is a Hypericum prolificum under there, maybe one or two. But my Seek, because I didn't plant this, always shows American asters. So this actually might be Heath aster or Oldfield aster or crooked stem aster. I'm not 100%. Coming around here, here's a large stalk of cardinal flower, which I was just saving for the seeds. I think I'm gonna rough them up and put them, you know, maybe back there, something like that. So yeah, lots of button bushes that I cut back to see what was going on in here. This button, no, hopefully I said bottle brush grass. And then this button bush, I'm just gonna get rid of. I cannot keep button bushes, the deer just love them. The one up there in the corner, I think that I can keep the deer off of because I have so many non-deer friendly plants in front of it, and to keep that area sprayed a little bit more. I just can't keep the deer off that one. And then, so in here are Christmas fern, some woodland sedges like seersucker sedge, and phlox, woodland phlox. And just a reminder with the woodland phlox, don't think that you're killing it because when it dies back, because it's kind of partially ephemeral, is what I have found with this phlox, and like only the new green kind of stays. So this is the other big project. So I came in here and I edged all of this new part of the island bed because I wanted to put my pollinator plants, my full sun pollinator plants somewhere, and this is where it's going to go. So I went in here, did my edging like I do, put cardboard and paper, newspaper down, all this kind of stuff. And I have things that like it on a little drier side, but I have aromatic asters here, yellow violets, right here. I transplanted some liatris for this area. Slender sea oats, that's a sea oats that I'm newly familiar with. It's supposed to be just like the river oats, I think, but not as aggressive and shorter. We'll see, don't know. So down here I have some more green and gold, fire pink, and I kind of have a line up through there of seersucker sedge, and this right here will be the path where I have all my junk. So maybe I'll put some stepping stones here, but I am going to put some stepping stones to go out that way, so that I can access the plants better than I can in some other areas. But we also have Penstemon digitalis or foxglove. We have some butterfly weed. I am popping in columbine all over. I have a hard time with columbine, and I think it's because I don't have the right areas yet, and I think this is the right area. There's more green and gold over here. There's some lamb's ear, but I think I'm going to replace that with a native euphorbia. We have nodding onion, and oh, I forgot because the newspaper blew away, but then we have agastaki, anise, hyssop. Yeah, okay. Okay guys, so that is what I have been working on. So that's kind of a quick tour of my corner pollinator garden and my island pollinator garden, full of native plants. And yeah, that's what I wanted to show you today. I apologize, it's been so long. There's a lot of things going on right now in my life. I have a senior in high school, and we are just trying to get through early work on college admissions and applications, because we wanted her just to have everything in so that we can enjoy the rest of the year with her before she goes off to college. So it's been a little crazy lately, but anyway, thank you so much for spending your time here with me today. I really appreciate it. Happy gardening, and I will catch you again next time.